My name is Linda Pearson, and I'm 65 years old. I've always believed in routines. Wake up, wash your face, make coffee, check the mail, and live quietly. For 35 years, I did that in a small town in upstate New York. I was a high school English teacher, which meant my days were full of students, essays, Shakespeare, and noise. I loved it. The kids called me the English Rose because I was born in London and I always wore perfume. I never married. I had a few relationships over the years. Some sweet, some foolish, none forever. My parents passed long ago. My younger sister moved to Florida and we drifted apart. Most of my friends were still working, or busy with grandkids I never had. When I retired at 61, I thought I'd enjoy the peace. And at first I did. I walked the quiet streets in the crisp air, sipped hot cocoa while reading novels, and watched movies without commercials. For the first time in my life, I could do whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted. But I soon realized that peace isn't always comfortable. Peace can be quiet, to quiet. Then the questions started. Why am I still here? What's the point? Who needs me? My days became gray. My phone didn't ring. My door didn't knock. I had food, warmth, a pension, a little savings, but nothing to wake up for. One night, I sat at the kitchen table with a microwave dinner and thought to myself, is this all that's left? I wasn't sick. I wasn't in danger, but I was empty. So I poured some wine, pet my cat, and went to sleep. Next day, I showered, put on a clean sweater, and I guess I was going through my emails. Usually, I deleted things like this. But that day something made me pause. It was an email from an old colleague. It was a forwarded message from a local care group. They were looking for volunteers to provide short-term care for seniors with mobility issues. Usually, I deleted these things. But that day, something inside me shifted. Maybe it was the wine the night before. Maybe it was the quiet echoing in my house. Whatever it was, I replied. The next week, they asked if I could take in a temporary guest. A woman named Evelyn, 72, recovering from hip surgery. Her daughter needed a break. She could only stay for 6 weeks. Do you have space? They asked. Are you able to help? I did have space, and I knew I had nothing to lose. That Tuesday, I dusted off my guest room. I put out fresh towels and worried that I was making a huge mistake. The doorbell rang. I opened the door, and in walked a tiny whirlwind of energy. Get out of here, she told me, waving her cane. I know how to use the stairs. I don't need help. I let her go. She hobbled into the living room, glared at the floral wallpaper and said, "This place is hideous." I laughed. I haven't laughed like that in years. Then I showed her the guest room. "Oh, that will do nicely," she said, and promptly fell asleep. In the afternoon, I brought her tea. She drank 3 cups. Afterwards, she said, "I think I need some stimulation around here. How good are you at crosswords?" "I'm excellent." We did that for a few days. Then one night we started talking. She told me about her late husband, my favorite students, the stupid things we regret, and the things we never got to say. Each day she would say, "Linda, come see what I did," and proudly show me a new drawing. She made me laugh. I cooked for her. We talked and suddenly, my house filled with life again. Not loud life, but rich life. I remembered who I was, why I was here, how lucky I was to be alive. I took her on walks, showed her the trees I planted outside, told her about my dreams. She listened. 6 weeks passed quickly, but something changed during those weeks, not just for her, but for me. For the first time in years, I laughed out loud. I woke up excited to make breakfast, to hear her stories, to be there for someone. She made me feel useful again. Not just occupied, but valued. Before she left, Evelyn hugged me tightly and said, "You saved me, Linda, but I think you saved yourself too." She was right. After Evelyn left, I didn't go back to silence. I joined the volunteer group officially. I started visiting seniors with no family. Some were cheerful, some cranky, some barely spoke, but all of them reminded me, there is so much life still left to give. Even after 60, even after retirement, even after loss. One day I got a call from the care group. A new client needed help, and they wondered if I could take him in. "Sure," I said. "What's his name?" "His name is George. He's 92, and he's quite a character." I smiled. I knew I wouldn't be lonely anymore. A few weeks later, I received a letter in the mail. It was from Evelyn's daughter. She wrote, "Thank you for caring for my mom when I couldn't. She talks about you all the time. She says you gave her hope and peace." I think you're the reason she started baking again. That letter is still pinned to my fridge. Not because I'm proud, but because I almost deleted that first email. I almost kept living in silence. And look what I would have missed. Now, every Sunday, I cook dinner for 2 neighbors. Every Thursday, I help an 83-year-old veteran sort his mail and remind him to drink water. These little things brought me back to life. So if you're retired, lonely, feeling like the world has passed you by, try one act of kindness. Just one. It might change someone else's life, but it might just save yours. If you're still here listening to my story, thank you. If you've made it this far, don't forget to subscribe to The Gentle Age. We're building a peaceful place here for people over 55 who want connection, comfort, and quiet strength. Leave a comment, share your story. I'll read every single one. I'm Linda Pearson. I'm 65, and I'm not done yet. Because sometimes, when you give, you finally receive the one thing you were missing. A reason to get up in the morning. Thank you for watching this episode. If you enjoyed this story, please hit the like button. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Your support means the world to me. Before I go, I'd love to hear from you. How did you find your voice in the world? Or if you're still searching, what's holding you back? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I can't wait to read them. And now it's time for some fun. Take our quiz to find out where you might have lived past lives. Are you ready? Here are your results.